I've said before that a law making mandatory DNA testing at birth is a terrible idea, but men decided they wanted to argue with me, so I'm going to readdress the issue. Mandatory paternity testing at birth is a terrible idea. If you choose to get a paternity test at birth, that's on you. I truly do not care. Mandatory is the key word here. Mandatory DNA testing would mean that every child born into the United States, plus both of their parents, would need to be tested at birth. We not seeing why that's a bad idea? One, that's going to lead to the government storing our genetic data. They're not going to take every single American's genetic info and just throw it away. Two, imagine a man cheats on his wife, God forbid with a teenager. What do you think he's going to do to her when he realizes she's pregnant and he has to do a DNA test? But we don't care about endangering women or children's lives, right? I know. And three, who gonna pay for it? Because the government sure isn't, and I'm not paying to get a DNA test because you too scared to ask your baby mama for a paternity test. The real solution here that a lot of people don't want to hear is to stop having sex with people you don't want to create a family with.
Just say you don't want women to have to be accountable for this and just call it a day. Why are we even talking about this? Lady, all you're trying to do is avoid accountability for the women. I do agree with your last point. People shouldn't have sex with people they don't want to have a baby with, which is true. But this is why we need the DNA test, because people are going to do that. And when it comes to women and having babies, they can lie about who that person is they did it with. That is the whole point of mandatory DNA test, because in most situations, these people are married and they have no reason to believe their wife is out sleeping with somebody else. So it isn't about being scared. You just don't know. She even tried to say, what if a man who was married had a baby by another woman? And let's say the other woman was a teenager. What do you think he's going to do to her? Number one, you're talking about something that's not going to happen a lot. I'm talking about men sleeping with teenagers when they're married. That is a very small percentage of men doing that. And just to be clear, if that teenage girl went in there and said he's the father of the baby, he's going to be tested if it's mandatory or not, because she is basically accusing him of having sex with a minor. A mandatory DNA test just means they're going to test the man that she's claiming to be the father, the child, and the mother. That's it. You're not gonna just go around testing random men. So if the woman never claims a man to be the father, he won't be tested. The only thing this is going to prevent is the man who she claims to be the father from walking around believing that he is the biological father of that child. That's the only thing this is going to do. So you can miss me with that whole argument. And the whole government is gonna steal our DNA thing is ridiculous. If you don't believe they have access to our DNA right now, you are out of your mind. Between hospital visits and all the blood work we get over the years, they already got everything they need, ma'am. So you can throw that out the window too. So let's just call it what it is. You don't want women to have to be accountable for their decision, and you're coming up with every way you can to try to defend this. But I hate to tell you, ma'am, it is not working. It is just making me think that you've pulled this stunt before, or you know somebody who pulled this stunt before, and y'all don't want anybody stopping the infinite money glitch and this mental and emotional chokehold that y'all have had over men for hundreds of years.